Welcome, sweet friend. I'm so glad you're here tonight. If you enjoy quiet, gentle stories that help your heart feel warm and calm, you can support our cozy storytime by liking this video and subscribing to our channel. No rush, no hurry. Just relax. Take a slow breath in and let it go. Let your shoulders soften, your mind settle, and your heart rest for a while. Now let's begin. This is the story of a little boy named Sammy and the tiny bean sprout that taught him something beautiful. Sammy was a little boy with big, wondering eyes. He loved to ask questions about clouds and birds, and why cookies sometimes crumble when you don't want them to. One warm morning, Sammy sat at the kitchen table, his chin resting on his hands. He sighed, the kind of sigh that made Grandpa look over with a knowing smile. "What's on your mind, buddy?" Grandpa asked, his voice soft like warm cocoa. Sammy shrugged. "I don't know. I just want something to grow. Something I can take care of, like magic." Grandpa's smile deepened, slow and gentle. He opened a small jar that rattled softly and poured a few tiny bean seeds into Sammy's little hand. "Here," he said. "These are magic, but not the fast kind. The kind that grows slow, like good things usually do." Sammy stared at the seeds like they were treasure. "Really?" he whispered. "Really," Grandpa said. "But they need patience. Think you've got some of that?" Sammy nodded, even though he wasn't totally sure. They filled a small clay pot with soft, dark soil, and Sammy pressed the seeds in with careful little fingers. Grandpa showed him how to pat the soil gently, like tucking someone in for sleep. Sammy placed the pot on the windowsill, where the sunlight came in warm and golden every morning. The next day, Sammy ran to the window and gasped. But the soil looked exactly the same. He checked again in the afternoon, and again before bedtime. Still nothing. By the second day, Sammy slumped next to the pot, his eyes dim. "It's not working," he mumbled. Grandpa sat beside him, placing a warm, steady hand on Sammy's back. "Magic things take their time," he said softly. "Sometimes the best things are the ones we wait for." Sammy listened and tried. Each morning, Sammy checked the pot. Sometimes he hummed while sitting near it. Sometimes he drew pictures next to it. Sometimes he just looked and wondered. Days passed like slow, gentle raindrops. Until one bright morning, the sunlight felt just a little warmer, a little brighter. Sammy leaned close, and his heart jumped. There, pushing up from the soil, was the tiniest, softest, most perfect little green sprout. Sammy didn't say a word. His smile said everything. Grandpa came to stand beside him, eyes twinkling. "There it is," Grandpa whispered. "Your magic." Sammy nodded, his voice quiet and full. "I waited, and it came." Grandpa ruffled his hair gently. "See? There's a lot of strength and patience, buddy. Things grow when we care, even when we can't see them yet." That night, Sammy curled up in bed, warm blanket snug around him, the little sprout glowing softly in the moonlight from its place on the windowsill. Before drifting to sleep, he whispered to the sprout, "Thank you for growing." And the sprout, tiny and green and full of tomorrow, seemed to whisper back, "I was growing the whole time." And Sammy fell asleep with the quiet, warm understanding that sometimes the most beautiful things in life grow slowly, and that waiting with love is its own kind of magic.